how much of that rests on authorities? John Blaxland today, the New South Wales Police Commissioner, Andrew Scipione, said there was no need to whip up the raids, but is that possible not to whip up the raids when 800 police officers are involved? The public's being urged to contact the National Security Hotline whenever they see something suspicious, and given that the Islamic community is likely to be targeted, do you see that as basically inevitability, that this will be whipped up?
Yeah, it is a problem. I mean, so far we've been talking about a stick. We need some carrot in this equation as well. We need to be looking at ways of diffusing and taking away the attractiveness of this manifestation of extremism that we're seeing at the moment. And that's something that requires a level-headed, cool mind that's not just about police or security forces. It's about community groups, it's about the churches, it's about the mosques, about us all together reflecting on how we can come together and actually take the sting out of this, because this has the potential to get worse, or it could be the cusp of a breakthrough. It depends on how we handle it. We need to think very carefully, soberly and calmly about how we move forward.
And last week, of course, we saw the terror level raised to high in Australia. Do you feel as though perhaps this alleged plot was the trigger for that? That obviously the authorities knew that this was in the wings. They had news of it. Do you feel as though that was the trigger, or there perhaps is there are other elements out there in the community that are of extreme concern?
Well, look, in the intelligence business, you get snippets of information, one day, some here, some there. Piecing it together is the jigsaw that analysts work on. I'm not sure what they knew a week ago, but there's clearly evidence that was sufficiently clear over the last 2 days or so that led them to this point of acting. And my sense is that there probably was last week enough evidence to raise the alert, but not enough to lock in the plan. And perhaps over the last few days, material has manifested itself that's confirmed and given the authorities, the executive arm of government, sufficient ammunition, if you like, or material proof that this is a course of action that was about to be taken, that they can then prosecute them on. Because there's no point arresting or breaking up a ring if you can't prosecute, and all you do is then agitate and irritate and annoy and get them coming back stronger and more ill-affected than they were before. Clearly there needs to be a breakthrough, there needs to be a bit of a cathartic effect happen, and hopefully that's what we've seen.
Dr. John Blaxland, live from Canberra from the Strategic Studies Centre at Australian National University. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.